Hi, this is Carol. I'm the Executive Director at Distinguished Young Women, and today we have a chance to hear from Hawaii's Distinguished Young Woman, and her name is Tamara Lum. Welcome, Tamara. We're looking
Thank you.
forward to getting to know you. So start out by you telling us how you found out about Distinguished Young Women and what sparked your interest in being a part of this program.
Of course. I like to think that my distinguished young woman journey started when I was just like 12 years old with my little sister, or when my older sister was part of the program. And so she was always such a big role model for me. And so seeing her come home and tell us all her fun stories about her rehearsals and all the new friends she was meeting was just so awesome. And also just like watching her around the house, practicing her talent or practicing for self-expression. I was always like in anticipation. And then finally it all like culminated into like seeing her on stage. And it was just like a really inspiring moment for me. And since she was such a role model for me, I knew that I really wanted to be a part of the program in the future. And so when the time came around this past year, I was really excited to join.
Wonderful. That's neat. We love it when families pass it down through the generations. That's a lot of fun. So, what do you hope to gain from the experience as being the state representative?
I mean, I'm so grateful to have this opportunity. I think that the Distinguished Young Woman is just an awesome program for us to kind of build our skills and talents in so many different areas. I feel like sometimes I can think of myself as someone who's a little bit more shy. And even just over the course of our really short summer program this year, or for our state program, I feel like I had the opportunity to grow so much. And so I'm really excited for that kind of journey as we move into the national competition to build on my own skills in interview and just being comfortable kind of sharing myself on stage. But also the sisterhood bonds that are created through the program. I know for our state program, all of the women who are volunteering together, I was really inspired by how much they were really supporting each other both in and out of the program. And so I'm really excited to kind of build those bonds with the people around me, and also being able to meet people from all the different states and kind of see that.
I think the sisterhood and the bonds are some of the best parts of our program. And, whether it's volunteers or the participants themselves, like you say, just getting to know different people from all different walks of lives. When you come to nationals, obviously you're getting to meet somebody from every state and just hearing about, you're right, different people's experiences, learning from each other. And that's something that doesn't just stop once you're a participant. You're part of this family now that goes forever. And so touching lives of each other as you continue on all through the stages of life, you can learn from each other, which is amazing. So I don't know if you've heard, but this year we're kind of following our ripple effect theme, how one small act or one small donation, whatever it is, one few hours volunteering, that effect touches and just keeps rippling through all of our, whether again, participants, volunteers. So through your experience so far and with your age group, how do you think your experience might could ripple out and touch others? How can we get more of your age group involved with Distinguished Young Women?
That's something actually that I've been thinking a lot about lately because in Hawaii, when I've been talking to people about the program and kind of what I'm gearing up for in the summer, a lot of people aren't really aware of the program. And I think it's something that's not super I guess, well known in Hawaii especially. And so I've been kind of thinking about that, and I really would love to. I think it's a really great opportunity if we have the chance to kind of visit different schools and talk to even starting from like the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, like even all the lower grades, just helping them get to know the program and what amazing opportunities it has. Because really the opportunity to build on these skills and to meet people from all over the state is just amazing. And so I really think that reaching people through schools is a great way to do that. But in addition, our Hawaii Distinguished Young Women program sets up a leadership forum every year. And so this is our 30th year of doing it. But essentially what it is bringing together multiple different female leaders from throughout the community. And so this year we got to meet a teacher, local news reporter, as well as one of our judges and a state representative. And so for me, that was a really awesome experience, just getting to see female representation in people in power, people in leadership, and seeing kind of an example of what I wanted to be in the future. And so I think that having that kind of opportunity for girls to meet leaders throughout the community is something that really empowers people and then hopefully will inspire them to use Distinguished Young Women as a perfect kind of catalyst to get them to there.
I think a lot of times we are a hidden gem for sure. And like you're talking about, we do the life skills academies and workshops across the country and even here locally in Mobile with our kids in school. I think it's important for that age group, your age group, to see some fantastic role models, see people who are accomplishing great things in their lives in all walks of lives. And it opens opportunities for you to think about doing something maybe you haven't done before or learning from their skills. So I love that. So again, staying on that kind of same sort of theme, what would you say to a girl? What advice would you give them to maybe is apprehensive about getting into this program?
I think the biggest thing for me is just to remind people that you're gonna have so much fun throughout the program that you won't even remember like what you were worrying about in the beginning. To me, I think there's really nothing to lose with this program other than the opportunity itself to take it on. And really, at the end of the day, it's not about the competition, and it's more about just the skills and the friends that you gain. Because I don't know where I'd be without the program today. I think this summer helped me grow so much. I was able to do the program with one of my best friends, and I also made a lot of new best friends through the program. So it was just a really great opportunity to grow, and we all connected, even like we honestly even forgot it was a competition, just having so much fun rehearsing with each other, and getting to grow our interview and self-expression skills, especially were some of the things that I really wanted to work on. And so, yeah, just I think just reminding girls that it's more about the opportunity and they really have nothing to be worried about because no one's gonna remember if they made like a small misstep on the stage. I think that's something that a lot of people are always worried about. They'll be like, oh, what if I mess up and everybody sees it? But I think that like nobody's gonna remember a tiny little misstep, but everybody will know that, hey, we're a part of the program and um, you made so many new friends. So I think that's one of the biggest things I would want to share.
Y'all are certainly our greatest ambassadors. And you're right. You know, we tend to be hard on ourselves, right? We think of every little thing, we should have said it that way, or we should have stepped this way, and you're right. No one pays attention to that. And it's so much about the experience, but we appreciate y'all sharing your stories with other girls because that certainly gets the word out about this amazing program. And one of the parts of our program that we love is the Be Your Best Self program. And so tell us, how do you strive to be your best self every day?
I mean, all of the BYBS principles are always super important, hold near and dear to my heart. But I think the one that resonates with me the most really is just to be involved. Um, for me, I really am focused on community service. So I'm part of Key Club. I'm part of a nonprofit called WikiVision. And really that's meant for me is just getting to be a part of the community and kind of connect with people that maybe I wouldn't typically have in a normal situation. I think through WikiVision, I've been able to actually shadow doctors and get to know how they help underprivileged patients. And so it's kind of a different perspective on life, and I really get to know the patients, get to hear their stories. And honestly, that's been super inspiring for me. And as well as just like hearing from people like at the Hawaii Parkinson's Walk or like at food banks and just getting to hear their stories really, I think helps kind of broaden my horizons and understand the world in a little bit of a different way. Because oftentimes in high school, we're kind of stuck in this little bubble of homework, schoolwork, just kind of to and from school. So really being involved in the community, I think has helped me get a better grasp on how other people see the world as well.
And those are wonderful experiences. And you're right, we learn from each one of them, right? We get stuck in our little boxes and we think, oh, must be how it is. But it really helps us to appreciate what we have and what we can do for others to be of service. So that's outstanding. So you're moving into the last half of your senior year, kind of kicked back off after the holidays. What are you looking forward to as you move into this last half of your senior year?
I suppose the first thing on my list is our school actually has finals next week, so I'm gonna study up for those. But further than that, I'm super excited for um, a couple of trips and conventions we have coming up. So I'm actually have the opportunity to have a cultural immersion experience in Spain this spring. So I'm really excited for that. We've been practicing our Spanish, and I think it's just really great that our school has the opportunity to visit other countries and really like get to know other cultures, which is super exciting, especially being from Hawaii where we're so isolated. So getting out is something that I'm super excited for. And of course, just spending time with my friends and family as we kind of ramp up to say goodbye eventually.
So how long will that experience last in Spain?
It's about 10 days.
Wow, that'll be amazing. Wonderful experience. So what are your plans as far as college? What are you looking at to major in? What are future plans for you?
I think my future, honestly, is kind of just full of exploration. I'm not entirely sure where I'm gonna go yet, and um, like I said, of course, being from Hawaii, I'm open to kind of exploring everywhere. I haven't spent too much time on the mainland in any particular place, so a lot of the schools I applied to are all over the place. I have some on the East Coast, some on the West Coast, some in the Midwest. So I'm really excited to just kind of see where that takes me. And same with my major as well. Like I'm currently interested in biology and hopefully becoming a doctor in the future. But I'm also open to exploration. So hopefully we'll see what kind of piques my interest in college and see where that takes me as well.
It's good to keep your options open. You never know. There's always new things around just the bend. So awesome. It's fun to hear from you. So tell me this as we kind of wrap up here. How are you preparing for nationals? It's kind of getting close now as we're sliding into this new year and looking forward. So what are you doing to get ready?
Yeah, I think for me personally, the part that helped or that I needed to get comfortable with most for the state program was just kind of being comfortable on stage, sharing myself. And so one way that I've been preparing for that here is through our musical theater. I think that's kind of a part of me where, or a part of my life where I'm really able to grow the most and being on stage, just like kind of showing that a little bit of vulnerability and performing. And so I'm part of our spring musical for our uh, sorry, an extracurricular spring musical that we put on after school hours, and then as well as our class show. And so those have been really great facets for me to kind of take on a little bit more of a like comfort of just kind of showing my personality a little bit more on stage. And as well as, of course, we've all been kind of stressed with college applications and whatnot, but I think honestly that helped me a lot to prepare a lot as well. I think I really appreciated that it gave me the time to reflect on what my values and passions are. Um, and so I think that also helped me prepare a lot for self-expression, especially because that's a time when you really have to think about um, your values. And so I think that was something that helped me prepare a lot as well. And of course, always studying so to keep up for the
Studying is good. Academics is always the most important. Yes. But I love that you're well-rounded in all ways. It sounds like you have an exciting semester ahead of you and lots of fun things to do before we get to see you here in June. And we can't wait to have you in Mobile. By the time you get here, it will not be cold like it is outside today. We get these days, but you will get to feel right at home with our warm temperatures, maybe even hotter than you're used to. So we can't wait to have you here. And, thanks for talking with me today, and we'll see you in
Thank you
June.
so much.